Alrighty, so we were running a little late today, but hi, welcome to another fun edition of, Mo's Super Fun local show. I am here at the Millennium Student Center at UMSL with Shane Presley.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Shane Presley. Yeah, and I have that memorized now. Like I hear, because you always open the podcast the same way. So that's let's see. Okay, that's way better in my headphones now. Okay, no, yeah, Shane was running. I was running late today. I had some back problems and had a chiropractor appointment that was late, and I think traffic was kind of probably crazy, rush hour. And this is the first week that we're doing it at 4 instead of 5, so everybody's working out the kinks. But yeah, Shane is here. We get to flip on him instead of being the interviewer. He gets to be the interviewee. I'm excited.
Very exciting.
So how are you today? Besides for the whole the traffic thing?
Oh, I'm great. I'm glad to be here. I'm very excited for the opportunity, and
I appreciate you coming in. We've been talking about it for months, and finally just got to the point where semester flipped over and I had some openings, and you hit me up because you had something kind of big and fun coming up you wanted to talk about and stuff. But before we get into all that, I met you probably November, December last year.
Yeah.
Through like the pop shows and We Are United and stuff. So you've been around in the scene for a really long time though.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've been following a bunch of these bands around for many years, and a lot of it kind of started with Exit 714 and Hollow Point Heroes, and these guys. I went to high school with them, and I started going to their shows, and then became buddies with all the other bands on the shows and all that stuff, and it kind of so on, and where I kept I enjoyed it and kept coming back, and then it led into everything that is today. Like I started, I wanted to help out these guys, help promote their shows and music and CDs. So I started writing a blog and just doing whatever I could. And that kind of led into everything. So
right, where you're at now.
Yeah.
I think that happens that way for a lot of people that get really involved and follow more than one band. It's, I don't know. You know who Denise Cote is?
I don't think.
She's petite little lady, short hair. She's a lot of the metal shows. She's always got her koozie around her drink, but I see her at all these shows all the time. She follows a lot of the same bands as you do, and her whole statement, the way she always says it, is it's a very incestuous scene because everybody does know everybody. It's like what's that Kevin Bacon thing? Like Seven Removed, or everybody knows everybody. Yeah. When you're around long enough, it is its own little kind of like family, or I like the word family. You could also say just like environment or whatever. But you just kind of the ball starts rolling with one or two bands, and you go to enough of their shows. They play with enough other bands, and you get to. It kind of takes over your life
for sure, yeah.
And that's like awesome for me. Yeah. Like and you do a lot. Like I can't. You guys, you have Rock Paper Podcast for one, which we'll get to that in a bit. You do go to a lot of shows. You're doing some stuff at Broadway Oyster Bar now, right, too? You're working there, sort of?
Yeah, I work the door down there. Basically, that kind of came out of me being there all the time anyway as a fan. And then I was like, they all needed help. So I was like, hey, I'll help out. I'll work. And then, but it's a great excuse for networking, meeting all kinds of people down there. And plus I get to listen to some of my favorite bands every night I'm working there. So
that is the biggest perk, I think, to working in-house at any venue is it. You get to when you can stop working for 2 seconds to look at the stage. You get to see all the shows for free. But it's pretty fun, and it's a fun scene. I'm so glad I met you, and you just are the nicest guy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh no, I was talking to another friend of mine, and I was like, I always feel like if he gives me a hug, he's so gentle because he thinks he's gonna break me. And they're like, well, you're like tiny, and he's like a gentle giant because you're very tall. And if you've never actually met Shane, if you ever go out to, especially the We Are United shows, but he does follow a lot of like the really fun, like just folk bands and like different sounds, and you see a really, really tall guy with glasses and a beard, that would be Shane. And go up and shake his hand and say hi because he is the best of the best.
Well, thank you.
Oh, no problem. So speaking of bands, one of the things I wanted to do was, for me, for one, to kind of learn some new stuff, because you know a lot of the smaller up and coming or lesser known bands, like not the big ones, than I do. I'm trying to get into that more. I asked you to pick a couple songs.
Yeah.
That you liked or that were songs that you enjoyed to come in. And I know you struggled with it because we only had room for like 5, and you know so many. But you did, we did get that together, and I guess we'll go ahead and take a break and start playing this first song. But before we do that, do you want to tell me about the band or the song or just who are these people?
Okay.
What's up?
So, all right, first up is Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals. This is a song called Jesse James from their Boredom Leads to the Bottle EP. It was released, I guess, late last year, around December or something, I think. Anyway, great EP. The great guys. They've been at it for a while. They were 3-piece, now 4-piece. Been really gaining a lot of momentum quickly in the scene. They're more, 60s rock and roll type of vibe. And they were one of the first bands I thought of to put on this party I'm doing. So I reached out to them, and they're on board. So that's why I picked this song, to help promote that and promote them. But they just great guys, a lot of fun. And this is a real cool tune from that
Nice.
EP.
Okay, and it was a long name again. Tell me one more time what it was.
Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals.
Okay, Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals. That's a tongue-tied thing for me. Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals. This is their single, Jesse James. We'll be back in just a minute.